I'm okay. I'm going to record this because then you can send it to your mum if you like as well. So
Oh,
look
thank you.
calm.
And timing.
Yeah, and Tammy. So just look calm. You want to look calm. You're doing well, Jude. Okay, so we've just gone through all the different functions that the TM6 has. So I just thought I'd give them a look through, and we're just talking about the TM7 coming out and the differences. So the difference is the bigger screen. It's black, and it's got a cover over the top of this and doesn't have a back to it. So, and then three of the functions you can cook without having the lid on. So that's really basically the difference. Um,
Apparently, it's a lot quieter, I read.
they say a lot quieter, but when you look at the specs, they've tested it with nothing in the machine on 1 and on 4, and the decibels are different, but I wouldn't say a lot quieter. They also said the TM5 is a lot quieter than the TM6. Hang on, the TM6 is a lot quieter than the TM5, but I can't pick the difference. So so I don't know. We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I can't say, but I did notice because I actually looked at the specs when they said that and noticed that they didn't test it on anything with food in it, and they didn't test it with above 4. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I've just touched the screen.
Okay, so anyway, let's actually just move on and start cooking, and then we can see how we're going. Okay, so first up, we've got our cookadoo. We're cooking a pasta dish. It's a vegetable and feta pasta. I decided to choose an all-in-one dish. So I think I had on, yeah, let's have a look. Press recently cooked, and I haven't made it recently on this machine. So that means I'm going to have to look it up on cookadoo. So let's do that. And I'll pop it on here so you can see what I'm doing. Can't really see very well what I'm doing, can you? Wonder if I put the light on, it would be better. Anyway, I'm going to just write in. So previously, if you had the 5, you'd know that if you didn't get the spelling exactly right and the title exactly right, it was just a pain. You wouldn't come up with anything, and that's changed a lot now. They've developed that, and you can just put in ingredients now. If I don't remember the name of a recipe, I'll just type in a couple of ingredients that I remember that's in it. So what have I got in there now? Vegetable. What do you think? After being a consultant for this long, I'd be able to do this back to front by now, but I can't. Vegetable, feta. Okay, so now it said, do you want tomato pasta with vegetable and feta? And that's exactly what I want. So, but there's other things that basically what it will show me now. If I just had feta, vegetables and pasta in the cupboard, I could scroll down and see what I could make with that. So I don't actually have to have an idea in my mind what I'm cooking for dinner. I just have to know what I've got in the cupboard or the fridge. Okay, so I'm just going to tap on that, and it's going to think about it, and it's going to come up with my dish. I'm going to tap on the picture, and then we've got my dish there, and we've got the ingredients down here that I can get out and get prepped. Now, like I said, there's 2 things I haven't got prepped yet. So rather than start this, which I actually completely forgot, I might press start cooking so we can come back to it easily. Okay. And okay, so now I'm just going to go across here to my functions because I forgot that I still need to do some slicing. Now, the instructions will tell you how to use the machine when we're in. Okay, so if we're going into a mode that we haven't used before or haven't taken the instructions off, it will always tell you how to use that mode. What I'm going to do is use the slicer or the cutter. It gets called a lot of things. So we put in our shaft, which just sits in there, and that's what dries it off. It's our basket that collects what we want. I use this a couple of times a week to make coleslaw and different other salads and that because I can make a massive big thing. Okay, so we want to slice. So we put it this way up because there's it says here that there's slice, and I remember it because it says it's slate for slice, SS, slate for slice. Okay, so just pop that on there. Then we've got a lid with a sheet. Okay, so now I've got to decide whether I want thick or thin slices. Thin is really, really thin, like our Parmesan thin shaving slices, and I mean that's what we do with it. We quite often will shave it. Jude and I shaved some mushroom yesterday, and it was like really, really thin. So I'm just going to turn this to thick, and we are going to, sorry, I didn't cut the end off it. And we're going to feed this through on thick for our dish. So it's just like that. And I'll wait for the arms to release.
I couldn't hear that at all.
I couldn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, so quiet.
I heard it in my kitchen. I didn't hear it there.
Same here.
I think Zoom actually does take out some of the noise when it hears something really noisy. So, I mean, not that it's really noisy, but it does take out some of the noise. But yeah, that's our license.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I was all excited yesterday.
I
Yeah,
know.
Good.
So much neater than I can do. It's great for potato bakes and everything because
Oh my God, that's so good.
I
Yeah,
know,
potato
just 2
bake.
seconds. Yeah.
I know you left your potatoes here yesterday, so I guess I'm making
Yeah,
potato bake.
potato bake for somebody. Yeah.
I know what Hayden's having when he gets home Tuesday.
Awesome. But yeah, I was so happy to throw out my mandolin when this came out. So when we pop it on, sometimes it's a little bit positional, just wiggle, wiggle, you can't hurt it. Okay, so now we've got our mushrooms. And I might just do those on thin so you can see what it'd be like if we were doing Parmesan. I'll just do a couple of those on thin, then we'll do the rest on thin.
Yeah, you can't hear it at all, Jules. It does make a noise, girls,
Okay.
but it doesn't matter.
I want that model that doesn't.
You can't do.
My husband goes crazy.
Okay, so these are our little slivers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. So you've got the option of the things. And then we've got this little spot here, which it's that thin. And that's if we want to keep things upright as we put it in so that we can make it beautiful. So if you wanted the celery, say, to always be perfectly sliced, you'd feed it in this one so it doesn't roll over to the side. Or if you wanted strawberries to be one way or the other, you pop it in the little section so that it will stay the position that you put it in. Yeah. So they're German, they think of everything. So I'm just going to do the rest on thick really quickly. Okay, so we lift this out and then we're all done, all prepped.
Wow.
I'll just pop that aside until we need it. And I do want to show you that when I'm making coleslaw and things like that, it's, we don't have to worry about the bowl things. You could just, it's not like you've got this and this and this to wash up. It's just what you tip out of the actual cutter that you actually have to worry about. The rest is ready to go with whatever you want to cook in it. So let's go back to our recipe now that the prep's done. And we're going to tap on that little cookbook. Can you see that one up in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I started the recipe already, it's there waiting for me now because it knows I was going to do it and then I got sidetracked. So there we go. Now let's just double check to see that it's a start. It is. So start cooking. Okay, so we'll start. So we've got 1 carrot and it says cut into pieces, so I've just chopped it. So I've got 1 carrot cut into pieces, so I've just chopped it, like, I really just hacked it into 5 pieces by the looks, maybe 6 pieces. 6 pieces.
What are we making?
Oh, sorry, I did talk. A vegetable feta pasta.
Oh, the one you showed me. I thought that was for to cook along tomorrow night. Okay, good.
The curry is tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Brown onion in half. And next. And then we've got some garlic cloves. It says 1 clove. I'm just going to show you. So it says 1 clove, but even though it says 1 clove, I don't have to listen to it. We can always override it. So if you're used to the 5, you know that with the Thermomix, we can always override it. We don't have to put in what it says. We can totally skip, ingredients by pressing next, or we can change them up. Okay, so next. Okay, so it says insert the measuring cup and pop the lid on and then press next. And it says 3 seconds, speed 7. So in guided cooking, it says turn speed selected to 7. All we have to do is turn it to where the mark is. We don't have to do any other work.
Oh.
And you can't go past it. So now it wants me to scrape down. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So that's what it's looking like. I can see 2 chunks there. So I'm going to redo that. And it was a big carrot. So to redo it, just so that I can get those bits, I'm going to press that little back arrow there. And I'm just going to scrape it down in case there is something that I can't see that I've missed. And there we go. Well, that's completely done. So the idea of this is that we're just grating up the carrot so the carrot becomes part of the sauce, and it's not going to be a piece like pieces of carrot. Obviously, it's going to be part of the actual tomato-based sauce. So just put that. Okay. Scrape down the sides, it says, well, I was 1 step ahead of it. Now we're going to add oil. Dip that out. Okay, so over, and we are weighing in 20 grams of oil. So it goes up in 1 gram increments. Is the TM5 up in 1 gram or is it 5 grams?
1.
It is 1 too, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Okay, so now we're going to go. It says put the simmering basket and turn to 1. Okay, so what it's doing now is that it's going to cook for 3 minutes at 120 degrees. Now the TM6 does do high heat, so it actually does sizzle and brown your onions, garlic, meat and things like that. We've got the basket on top to allow the condensation and everything to come out so that we will get some of that moisture out of the onions and the carrot. Yeah, so yeah. Now I'm going to just pop the flip chart on. So I guess now is a good time to probably ask, what's important to you when it comes to food and cooking?
Well, I hate cooking. So this is going to be good.
Yeah. So having it happening, like having a selection is important to you, or not having to actually stand and do it.
Yeah, I think Look, I'm just I've got one really fussy eater here. And so I've really dumbed down my cooking.
Yeah.
But I'm sick of it, like the rest of us are sick of it. And I think it'd be nice to just, like, he doesn't like stuff if they're all mixed together. And I thought, well, too bad
Oh, okay.
he might have to get over it now and start
Yeah.
being,
Yeah, but as I said, sis, if you actually get him to do the cooking with you, he might get excited and he
yes,
might want to try what he's cooked
yeah,
How many people are you
and
cooking
make
for?
something that he'd like. He might want a pasta dish or something naughty, you know.
yeah,
He'd probably prefer that than healthy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this is kind of a halfway in between because it's got the veggies in it and the carrot will be hidden. But it's pasta and feta, and the feta actually makes it nice and creamy in the end as well. So
yeah. I thought that when you said it was tomato based, I thought, well, that'll, take out, you won't see a lot of that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So how many are you cooking for?
I'm cooking for 2 adults,
Yeah,
and then we've got a 14-year-old.
and 14-year-old. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
he'd
and
like a
I'm
bit of
going,
food, wouldn't he? Because 14-year-olds, they start growing, so you need
yes,
to.
and
So
I want him to start to eat better than he does
yeah.
have some sensory issues, but it's doesn't matter. It's time to just get him to pick out something he'd like or think and get him
It's
to
really
cook it.
hard when they do have the sensory issues. Sometimes you just have to adapt where you
Yeah.
can and hide things in it. So
Yes.
you just get the nutrition happening, really.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
get on to you in a sec, Tammy, because I'm sure we've got lots more cooking time.
Amy's not here.
Tammy, sorry. Oh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't
Okay.
worry about me. I'm still settling.
Another swig of the
Love
wine.
you, BB.
Jude.
BB, that's Hayden's sissy, Veronica.
Oh, is it?
Ah,
Baby.
She looks so
BB's
much
my
like
best
you.
buddy in Tassie. BB and I have been best buddies for years and years, and we share the same birthday.
Oh my
Ah,
God, wow.
oh, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Okay, we're just adding 400 grams of water. Oh, gee, I should have shown you that. Because already the onion and the garlic has changed color. Like it's already a yellow instead of an orange. It's
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
Jude's going to fire me. Okay, we're adding 400
Told you
grams.
we're the same.
I'm just cooking. I forget what I'm doing.
I think I confused her totally yesterday, sis,
Oh my
because she
God.
was here, and we were like Laurel and Hardy together, weren't we?
You think things were like the Swedish chefs.
I did tell her you'd be yang around.
Oh. Okay, I'm just going to go next, and we're adding 800 grams of tomatoes, so it's 2 tins. So making things from scratch as well is also a lot cheaper.
This looks yummy.
Yeah, and like everyone's like says to me, "Oh, but do you think it makes enough the Thermomix?" And like it just makes it can do one person, or it can feed a lot. And with Cookadoo now, we can actually scale the recipes. So you can either scale them down or scale them up so that you're cooking for 2 or you're cooking for 6 or 8.
Okay.
So they're scalable recipes now.
Well, my son-in-law's Fijian and
Oh.
he eats a lot.
Wow.
And BB got us on to because my husband hates rice, right?
Yep.
So anyway,
He
when we
did
came
until
up,
he got Fiji.
that's right. And then we had risotto. And
Oh,
lo and behold, he's converted and now he loves using the Thermomix and he's trying every risotto he possibly can.
oh my God, that's awesome. Do
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
loves it.
use? I use the Varoma to cook pulled pork and
Ooh.
things like that, and the meat just falls apart. It's just amazing. And you can
Does
get
it
super,
steam it?
yeah, it keeps all the flavour in and all the moisture in. So it's just, and it's 2 kilos you can fit in there. So you get, meals for a week. Like we do sandwiches, we do the meal that night, and then we have sandwiches for a week, and
Okay.
wraps or whatever we're having. Okay,
Right.
so here's something that we do with all our customers when their Thermomix is delivered. So this is my vegetable stock paste. It's all I've got left. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to make it again, but thankfully it doesn't take very long. So it says 2 teaspoons of vegetable stock paste on there. Now we make this
And
with.
sorry, Jules, how long did you say? Because that was really interesting, because I'm going to be making my own vegetable. It lasts a long time in the
A
fridge.
week. Yeah, it makes about 2 litre, probably about between a litre and maybe a bit more, and it lasts about a year in the fridge. So I usually get people to divide the jars into 2 jars, put one at the back of the fridge, and then use one at the front, so that you don't contaminate it, because you wouldn't want to do that and then have to throw out some. But this is all I've got left of my last batch, so I put it into a little jar, so I wouldn't be scraping the bottom. So we've got 2 teaspoons of stock. So this is instead of using the real stock paste or things like that, because I used to use them, and they're $3.57. I think I saw it in the supermarket when I just went past.
Just a quick question with the stock. If what happens if, say, like tomorrow night on your cook along, and the thing says you need stock? What happens if we don't have one of these made up? Can you just use?
Oh, you can use the normal liquid stock, but I think we need 200 grams of stock. So that would be like a teaspoon of that with 200 grams of water. Or if you didn't have it.
Yeah, because I've got the stock in the powder thing, as well as a backup, as well as the containers,
want to open
because I didn't know that lasted so long. So that's what I'm saying. You're teaching me so much.
Well, you'll be
teach everybody else.
You'll be teaching your customers soon. So yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It depends on you which stock you kind of like. But I wouldn't open a big one for 200 grams. 200 mils, I would just,
the powder one, the gourmet one.
Yeah, and then add.
Just use that.
Yeah, and then add the 200 mils of water instead to go with the powder.
Yeah, and what Julie did and this is a really handy hint for everyone, when you're actually making up all your vegetables and you've just got little bits of vegetables left, when we made pasties the other night, I put the vegetables in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. So then when I got enough, then I can make a stock.
Yeah, so if there's bits and pieces left over, you don't want to be, throwing them out. So you just pop them in a Ziploc bag until you need to make your stock again. So it's in the freezer ready to go. Also too, with your herbs, like sometimes you might get herbs and you use them for part of the dish and there's herbs left, just throw them in with the stock stuff as well. So then when you're ready to make the stock actually costs you nothing, instead of having to go out and get the ingredients for it. Okay, so we've got our stock in, and now it wants the lid on. And it wants the aroma to be popped into position. So Tammy, sorry. We were going to have a Tammy and now I'm getting confused.
Tammy's met Tammy.
Sorry?
BB's met Tammy.
Yeah, call me BB. So much easier.
BB, that'll make it easier. Yeah. So I use my aroma a lot. And if you come to my cooking classes of Monday night, we do them every Monday night, you'll get to really get the most out of it. So if you're feeding like a hungry person or more people, you can actually get a lot of volume out of that, because we've actually filled this now. That's why I can't show you how much is in it, because I'll tip it everywhere. I've done that before. So it's up to like the max fill line at the moment with sauce. So now we're going to add veggies into here. So we're actually making a decent amount. So got the aroma on there. And we're going next. And it wants the capsicum that I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to pop the capsicum in the top.
So you did that by hand?
I did that one. Well, I could have done it by the slicer. I didn't actually think about it because I was just keeping things nice and tidy and clean. And I thought, oh, I better actually show how to use the cutter, since you guys are getting the cutter. Usually I don't worry. I just prep the whole lot through because people aren't getting the cutter, but it's pretty special at the moment. Okay, so red capsicum, and then the zucchini that we cut earlier is in here. So with the aroma, the thing we want to do is make sure that we're just leaving some holes. So the steam can come up. So the steam can come up through the steam holes. So I'm going to pop some of the mushrooms down the bottom because I suppose I could put the zucchini down. Makes no difference. Makes no difference. I'm just going to spread it all around. And then we've got the zucchini going on top. And I'll get rid of that. And then spread it all out.
Do you girls use your Varoma very much?
No.
I never did. I'm going to learn to. Yeah.
But
Now
you
I
didn't
know
have a good
few more
teacher.
things.
I love my Varoma. I use it constantly. It's yeah, it's just so handy and it does things that you wouldn't imagine.
I actually think I've only steamed dim sims in it, to be honest, once.
Oh, really? My husband does that most lunchtimes. He'll do the little and pork buns. He
Oh,
loves
yeah, the
pork
Bayo buns.
Yeah, he loves those. But yeah, we use it all the time. And you can do things like pork spare ribs in there. And again, it just melts off the bone. It's just, and it hasn't dried the meat out. So it's good. And if you wanted to get that sticky that you get by putting it in the oven, you just put it in for the last 5-10 minutes. And it's nice and sticky. Okay, so we've got the zucchini and the mushroom. And now I would like some frozen green peas. So we will grab the frozen green peas. And I put them in there when they were frozen. So it's probably, oh no, they're good. Okay, so I might just pop some of these on the bottom. This is a lot of veggies. Okay, and next, some mushrooms. I got ahead of myself. Creek. Okay. So once the it's asking me, is it wanting all of this now? Wow. Okay, it does. So you can see I always second guess myself. I'm always going backwards, backwards, backwards. Yes, Varoma. Yes, capsicum. Yes, zucchini. So just double checking everything. Now it wants the feta. So we've got the feta chopped here as well. So I'm just going to pop that.
Can you use flavoured feta or just plain?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, yum. Imagine if you put the mixed
Because
herb.
I've got little feta cubes in that I get I buy in a container in Aldi, but it's so yummy and it's got
Oh my God, that would be
flavours
next
through it.
level. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, so I've added the feta and now it says to season the vegetables with salt, dried oregano, and I was going to get, it says thyme, but I was going to get rosemary out of the garden, but I didn't, so sorry. But then you don't get to taste this. This is, yeah, it'll be my son that says, Mum, something's missing. But anyway, never mind. And a bit of salt. So even though that's all on that top bit, it all
We
gets
should all encourage each other to use our aromas.
yeah.
And we will.
There's just so many more things you can make because you're kind of keeping things up off the blades, you're using the steam. So yeah, it just opens up a whole other level of cooking. So
I didn't even think when you said you can cook, say, your meat or your fish or something, and when that's nearly cooked, then you put the other level on and just put your veggies on top.
Exactly.
So they don't cook at the same time.
So you don't want much veggies.
Like a steamer on the
so you
stove top. Yes.
This one here at the last minute just to slide in the veggies. Okay, so it says secure the Varoma lid, and then all I have to do is stop talking and turn to speed 1. And now you can see it's going to cook for 9 minutes. It's going to get to Varoma temperature, which is our steaming temperature, and the blade's just going around at 1. Okay. I'm going to, so you're on your hands. Super. Okay, so other than so it's the kids that are the problems, is that right? With both you, both Veronica and Tammy?
Yeah.
I don't have kids at home.
Oh, is it just you?
And my husband.
And
My
your
kids
husband?
are all grown up and giving me grandchildren.
Oh, okay. Sorry, when you said I thought you had a Fijian child.
No, that's my son-in-law.
Oh, your son-in-law, right. Okay. Sorry, I got left behind there. So that's just your husband and you. Okay. So with any of these dishes as well, you can actually, like I said, cut them down. In Cookadoo, you actually just select the serving size you want before you put it on, and it will adjust the
You have to
ingredients.
teach me how to do that.
Yeah.
This is in the TM6, you mean, or the TM5?
In the TM6. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
It's actually in
interesting.
Cookadoo is what you do, but then you save the recipe and you can only save it in the TM6. So there's this TM6 function, and I suppose it's not really a Cookadoo.
Yeah.
It's a bit of both. You have to have both to make it work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so tell me with your home, what's your evenings look like? What does your cooking look like?
I just need fast.
Fast, okay, yes.
Because by the time I get home, it's like 5:45, and then I go for my walk, and
Nice.
I like to have tea cooking while I go for the walk. But
Yeah,
otherwise, we eat a lot of salads at the minute, so all my
yes.
prep's done. Like today, I do all my prep, and everything's cut up for the week. And then it's only the meat version that I've got to add,
Awesome.
whether it's
That's
a
what we do.
casserole or a risotto or something to go with it.
To go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that sounds nice going for a walk at the end of
You
the
know, you can make salads in this.
No.
Yes, broccoli
Yes.
salad. It's the best.
There's a lot of different salads. There's so many. If you've got the cook key, you can access so many more. Sorry, love.
What are you drinking there? Hiccuping.
Sparkling water with
It's
lime.
sparkling water. It should be wine after the experience earlier. But yeah, going for a walk would be really nice at the end of the day. So do you use your TM5 and have so that you can walk away and just leave everything?
Mostly,
Yeah.
But hubby likes using it too, so he's usually here just to
That's so
when
good.
when it cries at you, he goes and deals with it.
Isn't it great when they can do that? I love it. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, he's good. The only thing I haven't
Brad's got to talk to Hayden. Brad's got to if Brad's now using the Thermi, Hayden's got to.
have you got a Brett too, Tammy?
Brad.
Oh, Brad. I've got a Brett.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Brad. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, my actually my husband wanted it before I did. So he was like raring to go, and I'm like, no. But yeah, he uses it just as much as I do.
That was the same when I got the TM5. Brad wanted it, and I was scared of it.
I thought Brett was telling me that I was a bad cook when he wanted to get it. So I was insulted. Hi.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Jude. How are you? Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to say
Hello.
No, it's good.
Okay, see ya.
Awesome. Okay. So where are we? From our family to yours, what's important? So yours is fast and simple, and yours is you don't like cooking. So basically just something that's variety maybe, and that you can get on the table.
Yep.
Without having to
easy.
fuss too much. Yeah. Sounds good.
I like having those instructions one by one. Okay, it tingles at me. Now I know what I've got to do because it tells me.
I know, absolutely. It's so good, isn't it? And the big screen, and you don't have to, like having Cookadoo right there on the screen with the recipe. So I'm just going to get the
Yeah, I don't have Cookadoo.
Sorry?
I don't even have Cookadoo.
Oh, you don't? Have you ever had it?
No, when I was up at BB's, I downloaded an app and I thought it was the right thing, which it is, but then it must have been a trial. So when I went back to make something off it again, which
Yeah.
apparently, like you said, you have to put the right words because nothing was coming up.
Yes.
And like I was putting up different risottos and it would only come up with the few. But then BB said the other day that it was, if you get one, don't have just Australia.
Yeah. So when we sell the Thermomix now, I do for Jude's customers and my customers, Shelley's and everyone's, I do a cookadoo workshop on Zoom as well. And we go through all of the settings on Zoom, how to actually meal plan, so you can put recipes in if you want to for each day of the week, how you can put those into a shopping list for yourself, how you take out what's in the pantry, and then how you can send it to Woolworths or for click and collect or home delivery. Because I find that if I do that, I save myself so much money. One, because I don't get to the store and think, do I need that or don't I need that? Two,
Oh, we better get it
because-
just in case.
yeah, get it just in case. Or yeah, I always get tomatoes, corn, whatever. I don't know what I'm eating this week, but I get these things, so you go and get them. Whereas with a plan, my grocery bill is half, because I'm not impulse buying as well. Because I either click and collect or home delivery, or I go in with the app on my phone, and I've got tunnel vision. I'm just going through and getting what I need. So yeah, or better yet, I've got my hubby, he's got the same app and we're logged in together. I ring him and say, I can see on Life 360 that you're going past Erina shortly. Could you call in and get the things on the shopping list? And he's got the same cooking app, which has exactly what we need on it. So
you've got 360 like I've got, and BB, you've got to get back on. Yeah, Life 360 is great.
Oh yeah,
You know where
he
the
gets
husbands are, so they
away
can
with
bring home
nothing.
the
If he's going
groceries.
past a shop, it's like, okay, just stop in and pick up my shopping.
And BB, in the cookadoo, when you go in and you type on a recipe, you can just put in risotto to bring up every risotto. You don't need to put what type of risotto. And which is awesome, what Julie taught me, like you could be looking in your fridge and you could go, oh, what have I got left in my fridge on a day when you haven't shopped? And you might have salami. So you type in salami and everything will come up, every recipe there that's got salami in it. But then you might have cheese. So you add cheese to that. And then it'll bring up all the recipes. Yeah. And until you can get a recipe that you like, you just keep adding what you've got.
Because you do have 100,000 recipes. So you can't possibly go through all the chicken items. So you're going to have to put a few things in, or you're going to be scrolling chicken forever. So put a few different ingredients in that you've actually got, and it narrows it down a lot for you. So then chances are you don't actually have to go out to the shops after it. So that's another way that you save money as well. And that's another way that I get away with not going out, because I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. And I go and have a look, and I might say, okay, well, I've got salmon in the pantry, just a can of salmon. Put that in. What else have I got? Veggies. Broccoli's going soggy. Got to use. Yep. So type that in. So you end up saving on waste and not going out to the store, which is handy. Okay, it looks like we're ready for the next step in 6 seconds.
So, Julie, your Monday group, that's when you go through how to work it and use everything and all the fun.
The Monday group is just fun cooking. So it's
you can cook along or watch along.
Or watch, cook or watch. So it's just for fun. So you can join that and have another.
It'll be 5 o'clock your time, sis. So it won't be 6 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do that with all our customers, so that way they're always inspired. Like they're never wondering what to cook, even if it's not what we're cooking. They've seen something recently.
Yeah.
See, Mondays at that time I'm busy.
Yep.
Could you record it? Yeah, lovely.
That's the reason why I had to, that's the reason why I was turning the recording off before, because I have it recorded all the time so I don't forget. So yeah.
So you can go into the app, the Facebook group, and just watch the recording, can you?
No, I send it out to anyone that's registered that wants it.
Oh, okay.
I don't send it into the Facebook group anymore.
No.
We used to do it in the Facebook group, but I tend to run my mouth off, and I'll say, oh yeah, I don't like this recipe, or I don't like, and then I get recorded. So now it's just my customers in my group, so I can say what I want.
What you like, yeah.
This Monday night, this is the first time we're going to be doing it like this on Zoom
Yeah,
instead of going through
instead of
Facebook.
open to everybody. So I've just
Okay.
started closing down
Okay.
and just having it as special people.
Yeah, because that would be good if you could watch the recording, because it's a bad time for me, really.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send the recording to Jude, and she can pass it along to anyone that wants it. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Perfect.
idea.
yeah, that's it. So
Perfect.
on Monday we're actually cooking a recipe that it's an Indian one. I went to India for a while and wrote an Indian cookbook.
Yeah.
And and so I really enjoy making Indian dishes. And somebody mentioned they wanted a vegetarian dish, and I thought, well, I haven't done vegetable koftas in like a creamy sauce.
Duck, do you want to come and watch?
Anyway, so let's move on. Next. Okay, so what it wants me to do is to remove the varoma, and it wants me to throw in 350 grams of pasta. Okay.
Half hour?
Just going to pop this over here.
This is the TM6, Brad.
He's gone to cook the steak on the barbie. He's getting hungry.
Okay, so I've just got the pasta. It seems like a lot of pasta. Really...
That
I love
pasta's
pasta.
not cooked, is it?
No, it's raw. Yeah. No, when you do one pot, we're not stuffing. Like I saw the other day, I told Jude, I saw some like a TV program, and my husband and I were watching it, and this husband and wife were chatting, and they were standing by the stove, and she was doing this really weird thing. I haven't seen that for 10 years. Oh my God. I said to my husband, oh, I was trying to work out what was wrong with the picture. Like I was thinking, this is weird. Oh, that's right. It's been 10 years since I've done that or more. It's so retro. It's like,
That's what I do every day.
it's just so funny when you haven't. It's
I know.
and she was young, so it just looked really, really silly. So it's like, oh, I just don't get what's going on here. Anyway, so place the barometer into position and secure the lid. I've done that. And we are cooking for 10 minutes, which is good because now I can stop and talk because I do that really, really well, just as well as Jude does, I think. What do you reckon?
This is what? What were you saying?
I said I talk a lot. I said I talk just as well as you, I think. So let's really quickly come over here.
Phoebe's a chatterbox like me too, and you.
Well, she hasn't got a word in.
He's a quiet mouse.
Oh, that's so nice.
So is the pasta you put in raw?
Yep.
And then does that go on reverse then so it doesn't break it all up?
Yes, sorry, I'll show you. So it is on reverse.
Oh, yeah, it is on reverse.
So
Yeah,
everything's programmed. I don't actually have to think about what I'm doing.
yeah,
It's really good.
Whereas before we had to press we on the TM5 we would press reverse. Well, this is already
So
automatic
you would
now.
normally have to put in the 9, put in the barometer, put in that, and then press reverse. Whereas now we just like, all you have to do literally is turn the dial for every step. Turn the dial.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, and you've got 100,000 recipes to choose from, so that's pretty good as well. Okay, so I need to go through this really quickly. The price is $2,579, and there's lots of different ways that you can get it nice and cheaply. So, like, as in affordably, it's not cheap. It's an investment, definitely. So affordably, we can do hum, we can do zip, and these are 24 months interest-free for both of them. So what that means is that I think it ends up being about $26 or so a week for both of those methods. And for me, when I first considered getting the TM5, I was really worried, and I was thinking, well, it's a lot of money. But when I worked out just one thing that we would save was I had 2 boys at home, and we used to get, as a treat, pizza on a Friday night. And that was coming to, with my husband and 2 boys, that was coming to, I think, $55 or more if we couldn't be bothered going out and getting it. And I thought,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to stop that. And I'm just going to make dough and then let everybody else sort their fillings out. And
Yeah.
in doing that, we were, I'd have the dough made in the afternoon and it would be there. And then when everybody came home, because they were at the age that they're coming home at different times, they just tear a bit of dough off, flatten it out, and I've still got pizza trays on them. And they'd make their own pizza. And they would just use cheese, always the tomato sauce, always had the cheese, and then they just put leftovers or whatever on it, whatever they felt like, and then throw it in the oven. And so that got me out of cooking still, but it also meant we saved $60. The Thermomix was like $25, I think it was a week then. I think it's $27 a week now, 10 years on.
Yeah.
It hasn't really gone up much.
It's gone up a little bit, but not much.
No.
Oh, God, no. Not
Yeah.
after all these years.
No,
Yeah.
not after 10 years. It's actually been longer than 10 years, I think. But
Yeah, I've had mine for 10 years. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have too.
And I got the TM5 when it first came out. So it's
Wow.
longer than that I've had it. But yeah, so I was saving, I was still saving $30 a week paying off the Thermomix. So, you know, and that was, and the Thermomix consultant said, oh, and you'll save on this and you'll save on that. Those other things I didn't know if I would, because I didn't know whether I was prepared to make the stock. And so, because I was already buying, I think 4 of the 1 litres a week of that. And I didn't know whether I was going to not do that or not, because I thought making stock's a bit of a pain, but you only do it once a year, or so you save a lot of money on that. So there's just so many ways I ended up saving that now looking back, it's a no-brainer. But at the time, it was like, oh, just not sure. But anyway, I'm kind of glad I did it. It's worked out okay 10 years on. So, oh, that sounds good. So anyway, so we've got Zip, Hum, you can do 3 installments or credit card.
If you do the 24 months interest free, it's through the Zip money or the Hum money, because I had somebody that wanted to put one through but couldn't find the 24-month interest free, which was really good because I'm learning.
I always say, 24 months interest free, but I actually hadn't said the company, and she was looking for the words 24 months interest free, but Zip.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, yeah.
And Hum we like because they're a great partner, and they don't check credit. So they're, I shouldn't say that, but they not.
It's only us here.
Zipper pain. Sorry.
Can I ask, because we're retired now,
Yeah.
and so we don't work, so we can't even get bank loans anymore.
No,
Can you still get loans?
Hum is the one you can. Zip are really funny. Zip, if you own your own business, you can't get it. If you work for yourself, it's a pain. That's the same thing. See, we're twins, aren't we, Jude?
They used to be easy to get credit through Zip, but now it all goes through a credit agency.
Is that right?
They've changed it, yeah.
Is I think it's $100 or $120 deposit or something, and they look at your merit basically. If you're traveling Australia from Canada, they're not going to give it to you.
No.
But, they are really good for people who have their own business and things like that.
Yeah.
And if they say no, then we can actually give them a call and say, was there a reason? And they might say, oh, because of this or that. And you'll say, oh, okay, I forgot to give you my account number or whatever else. Or do you know what I mean?
No, it is an option. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll tell you what you did wrong. Whereas Zip, you might have not filled in a whole page, and they won't tell you that that's all you did wrong. So
So can you still do it if you've got an existing Hum? Because I've got like $3,500 credit through Hum.
Yeah.
To use, like I've got nothing on Hum, but I've had it in the past.
Well, then you won't even have to apply. You'll just press Hum, and it will use it'll match up your existing account.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so it's nice and easy.
Never heard of Hum until now. And
No,
maybe
I
you
haven't
never
until
told
we
me. Good on
partnered
you.
with them. Yeah, it was,
Never heard of Hum.
and they're just so easy to deal with. It's
I've
like
only heard of
the
Afterpay and Zip.
Yeah,
so,
no, Hum's really good. Really
Okay.
good.
yeah, we've got our own person that talks to us, so it's really good. Yeah, so okay, so let's move on from that. And because you've had the Thermomix before, you know all the things that it used to do, and I've shown you the functions, so you know what we've built in place now. So we've got the things we used to have with the emulsification, the steam, the blend, puree, crush, weigh, but now we've added grate to it and a proper grate. So we've got the thin and the thick grate, which is thin, like a beautiful little sandwich carrot, little thin, or we've got thick, which is more like your coleslaw carrot or julienne carrot if you're going to make spring rolls or things like that. So got that. What else have we got?
So this one's got like 20 functions. I actually read up on it, and so's the if you want the TM7, that's got 20 functions too. I found that out. But the TM5's only got 3. So you've got a lot more. Tammy was so excited to get on tonight. She was that S word, this whatever you had there, sushi,
Oh, sous
something.
vide. Yes, the sous vide.
Never heard of it.
Very
But
nifty.
she would love to know how to use that when you see her. So
I'm
yeah.
I'm preparing a recipe, and it's Peking duck, but you do the duck in the sous vide, because duck's so hard to cook.
Yeah.
You mess it up more times than
Do
you
you
get it
girls
right.
know what that word meant?
I only learn off My Kitchen Rules or MasterChef. It's
Yeah, same here.
putting it in water,
Oh, right.
but
So
in a
I don't
bag
watch cooking
first.
shows. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
Really
don't
know
know what it is.
temperature or something. Yeah.
Well, you don't need to know. You just need to put the setting on and walk away. So you don't have to be a master chef. But yeah, I was going to do a duck one because I'm really no good at cooking duck, and it's such a shame because when it's done properly, it's actually really nice. Okay, so we've got 40 seconds to go. Let me see whether I've got. Oh, Cookadoo, I need to tell you this as well. So Cookadoo, at the moment, part of the package that we're offering is 12 months Cookadoo free as well. And then it's $89 per year after that. So it says 3 months there. It says 3 months because that's usually all you get. So you get the 3 months and then you get the year on top. So you get, actually, I think, what is that? So a lot, 15.
Yeah.
So do you have to buy the cook key?
No, not for the TM6. It's all built in.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
you know that the only reason you have a cook key is for your 5. Your TM6 doesn't have one, and it's not operating off your 5's cook key. It's all built into the machine. So it's and so that way nothing can go wrong as well, because we don't have something attached that is magnetic, and
You don't need all those books or those things on the
don't need
side.
any of that. No, all the books are actually on Cookadoo themselves, so you don't have to be buying your $89 books each. Couple of months they come out or anything.
I've downloaded about 50 books.
Yeah,
and they're all free.
Yeah,
on Cookadoo, they're all free.
Yes, I'll show you. Actually, I'll do it when I finish. Yeah, I have to. I've got so many books. I don't even know
Sorry,
how.
I'll shut up.
The memory seems to just go forever on the Thermomix because I've just got so many books downloaded on it. So yeah.
If you stopped your subscription, not that I would plan to, but do you still have any access to recipes then on the TM6?
The ones that you've already got, but you won't be able to get the future ones.
So no,
you save them.
That's not exactly right. You've got downloaded on your machine, you've got your basic cookbook. So that one comes pre-organized. So you've got that one on there. But after 90 times, the things that you've got saved on your machine, 90 ins and outs, will disappear. So
okay.
And it's not because of Thermomix. It's because Thermomix doesn't own the Cookadoo company. So it's software that we pay for a different company to provide, if that makes any sense. So
even if you save like a favorite recipe to your Thermomix, you'd lose that too.
You end up losing it.
Okay.
But what I've said to other people who haven't been keen on the idea of cookadoo, and they've all ended up not needing to worry about it because they've all loved other functions in the cookadoo, like the shopping or the menu planning. Because menu planning isn't just for organized people. It's also because I'm not an organized person. It's for people trying to like if you want to lose weight, rather than sign up to some meal plan that somebody's devised, you can go through and choose the dishes based on the calories and make your own meal plan. And so it's kind of more, you can make it what you want it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So every time I tell people, okay, if you're really not into it, but you find that you're only making the same 20 dishes, then go through and take a photo of those recipes on Cookadoo and then have those in a book alongside of your machine and go back to doing it that way. You've still got all the functionality. You've still got every mode that you need to make those dishes. It's not like having a TM5 where, oh, sorry, you don't have this mode. You can't make that dish. You don't have the ability to do it. You've got the ability. And if you really only using 20 recipes, then it's not much to just take a photo of it and have it in a book. So, but everybody I've ever said that to has ended up keeping Cookadoo because there's other things that they like about it. So
Does your Thelma there?
Sissy, sorry to interrupt, but back to your question about how you could lose them and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I see Thermomix recipes on Pinterest, but I can't find them on Cookadoo. So what I do is I print it out. Like this was my favourite, Thermomix chorizo, tomato and baby spinach risotto. And so I printed, what I do is I get on my computer, print it out, laminate it. So when instead of going hunting it out on my Thermomix, sometimes I've got my real ones that I've even got everything I put in a salad on one. Do you know what I mean? So I do it that way too. So that way, if ever it happened, which it's not going to, but if it did, at least you still got your favourites.
But like I said, Jude, people once they've had it, they don't tend to want to give it up because it is just pressing.
I don't.
And you don't have to be present in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be looking at it and doing.
That suits me.
Sorry, Tammy, you're going to say something?
Your Thelma Thermy there. She
Thelma.
peels.
Thelma Thermy. I love that.
That's what I call my Thermy, Thelma. Does she peel potatoes?
Yes, and yours will too.
Yes.
You actually get the potato peeler with it.
Okay.
The actual attachment. I'm not sure where mine is. We did it at Jude's yesterday. And I think I've got them still in the fridge waiting for my son.
Because my hands break out in dermatitis from the starch.
Are you kidding?
Oh
my God, then you would be somebody that really wants it. Okay.
Yeah, we did it yesterday. You left them at my place.
No, the ones I've done, I mean. The ones we did yesterday, I've done that.
But the thing is, you need to do little, as long as it can fit through the hole where the cup sits in.
As long as it goes through the hole, that's the perfect size for the potato.
Okay.
And you can do 800 grams at a time, which is almost a bag of potatoes.
That's a lot, yeah.
So we use baby potatoes.
Okay.
Buy baby potatoes.
Okay, well, this is saying it's done. So I need to see what we need to do. So it's just saying combine the pasta, vegetables and feta and serve immediately. So that can do that. And then it's finished. Okay, so let's have a look and see what it looks like.
I love that. I want to get that.
Yeah, I haven't seen one that big before.
It's awesome. And it's oval, which is great because you can put, say, rice in the middle and you can put, a dish either side, or you can put vegetables and then a dish that's liquidy.
If you want to be a host and do a virtual thing with me, then you get a host gift and you can pick that. And if someone buys a Thermomix, you get it for free.
Yeah, otherwise it's $30. But they're actually worth $180 because they're double insulated. and they keep things hot for, I think, 3 or 4 hours, or cool for the same amount of time.
Wow.
So, yeah, and you can't buy them. They're just as a gift.
I love my
Supporting
Burmy
Jude.
savers.
A
I
gift
use
for
them.
supporting Jude, basically. So,
Yeah.
a gift for being. Okay, so I should do it this way so you can see.
Everything's got to be done backwards, like us.
I know. God, the mushroom smells amazing.
Do you girls eat mushrooms? Like mushrooms?
Yeah.
Love them.
Mm.
Right. So if you didn't like mushrooms, you could substitute for something else. So you don't have
Or
to.
you could put them in a dish where you can't really, it's all mixed with something and you can't really.
Or you could have mixed them with the carrot and at that time, and it would be completely
Camouflaged.
Sorry?
Camouflaged.
Yes, completely camouflaged. It's called veggie smuggling. So that's the next layer. Oops, I can't do that backwards, can I? See. My God, you'd think after all this time as a consultant, I told my team leader, I can't be a consultant because I can't do things backwards. And she just laughed at me, but 7 years on, I'm still not able to do it backwards. So never mind you. It doesn't matter if you can't do anything, you don't get out of it that easy. Okay.
And your spatula sits in, and you told me this spatula can
yeah.
get right in.
But I can't do that backwards always. But it,
Yeah, but it never gets chopped.
No, that's right. And now the TM6 spatula is soft. Like it's
It's much better. Yeah. Oh, and the board that comes with it that goes under it. Oh my God, it's
I was
way
going to
better
ask
than
you that. I could
What's
see
that?
a board under it.
it's
Oh yeah, the
thicker
glide
and-
board that comes with it as
Ah.
well. So this one here, can you see it's
They're better. Yeah. The other one's really hard.
I know. I didn't really know what that was all about either. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a stir. Wow, that is a lot of food.
That looks yummy.
We haven't even got to the sauce yet. Okay, so that's how much? Doesn't look like a lot. As you can see the but you can see I'm about to chip
Yeah,
it.
I can see.
Yeah. I hope it fits in here. I actually haven't put it in.
What an easy way to cook pasta.
I know. It really is. No, it's not
I
going to
cook a lot of pasta in mine. I love pasta. I should be
I
an
just don't like
Italian.
cooking it because it boils and it bubbles over and it does all that sort of stuff. And I guess I'm just don't like cooking. But when you cook it in here, you don't actually have to even pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I like best about the Thermomix, any model of Thermomix, is the easy things, like the things that you think are really easy, like mashed potato. Mashed potatoes are a pain to cook because you've got to peel it, you've got to chop it, you've got to boil it and not boil over, boil dry. You've got to watch it. You've actually got to be present, and it's only a side dish. Yeah, I don't want to be present just for mashed potato. One of my big boys, he's 30 now. He said to me, Mum, how come we never got mashed potato when we were kids? I said, because it's a pain in the ass and I didn't have a Thermomix.
And now the TM6 can peel those potatoes for you.
Yeah, that's it. So now we're good. Okay, so that will fit, but it looks like just. So, but like I said, you can always reduce the quantity and make it just smaller amounts, or you can decide that that's going to be, put into portions and put into the freezer.
I was going to say, luckily my husband likes leftovers, just not on the next night. It has to be the night after that.
Yeah. So
yeah, because the flavours sit through.
yeah, it's actually really nice then. So if I sprinkled a bit of parmesan or something on that, or a bit more feta, my husband would have that every night of the week, and so would my big boy. But yes, so that's a very full thermos. Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You
That's
can't really see the
amazing.
colour in it, but I'll take a photo later. I don't think I'm going to get a little lid on it.
That's amazing. Yeah, yum yum.
Yeah.
And then you can put it in like Chinese containers and freeze leftovers
Yeah,
and
well, I
things.
did a health challenge with everybody a couple of weeks ago. It was a 2-week challenge with Thermomix, like with the Thermomix. And I had 2 weeks worth of recipes sorted, like some smoothies and some bits and pieces and salads. No bread. And, and salads and things like.
Can I eat it yet? Is that what he said?
I don't know how to stop it. Anyway, so we had salads and we had smoothies and we had overnight oats and chia puddings and main dishes for dinner and things like that. And, you know, there was enough so that when we had the meals, we could also pop it into containers and freeze. So there's probably a couple of extra days on from the week that you could come back to the freezer and pull out something nice and healthy after the challenge as well. And I mean, that's another way that I like to use Cookadoo, is to put together something like that so we can have a bit of fun. And you know, and I opened up a group so that we could all do that together. And yeah, it's really good. Something different. Okay, let's have a look. We're getting near the end of our chart. Design your cooking experience. Okay, so this is Jude. Jude invited both of you because she thought you might like to have a look. And you can also invite people to have a look as well. And you can choose what you'd like to make next time, because this one we just chose what we thought might be interesting for you. And this is a bit of an express one. I think I've probably gone a long time over because we had trouble getting on. But
Sorry.
no, it's all right.
No, we all did.
But yeah, so if you
really?
if you do have any friends and you want to do a virtual for Jude, invite some friends. They can be in their own home, and you get like a cooking, what do they call it again? Host reward. You get a host reward.
Hostess gift.
For hosting. And you know, whether they buy or not, you get a host reward, and they're always incredibly discounted products that are really useful for whichever Thermomix you've got, and which is actually a good thing, because a lot of those host rewards that are actually on the sheet you get with the TM6 at the moment, which never ever happens. Like $1,000 worth of products are coming that are usually just for our hosts, or they're like quite expensive at the mix shop, and that's part of the bundle. So I think the only thing you've got left to collect is probably the bread tin and the bread mat, maybe.
And the oval.
Oh yeah, and the oval thermoserver. Yes, yeah. So pretty much everything else is the gift with purchase that I showed you that we're having.
Did you show the girls, because I wasn't here, did you show them how you swipe over with all the, like,
and we actually went through every last one of the little features. I need to get a little picture for that, because that would be much easier for everybody to see and understand as well. But yeah, so that's the bonus. The first one is the glide board that you asked about, and that sits the Thermomix on. It protects the scales. The second picture is the picture of Cookadoo for an extra year. The next is the picture of the cutter that we just used. The next one is the bonus bowl blade lid. So that one's actually by itself is worth $395. And then we've got the potato peeler next, and that actually acts as a blade cover as well for when you're using the slow cooker mode. And I've made beef cheeks, slow cooked beef cheeks in the machine, and oh my God, it's so good. It's just crazy good. And then the next one you can see is the spiralizer, and that's for zoodles. So yeah, so that's the gift with purchase at the moment.
Salads, where you do the ribbon, where all the zucchinis and that.
Yes, yeah, I ate all that. Sorry.
Jude and I played with it yesterday. It does too. It's not just noodles. It does the things that you can make a coleslaw and that.
The potato, tornado potatoes. You know, that you have fry that, or makes that too. So you don't actually have to always be healthy with your Thermomix. You can also be really bad and make those as well. So yeah. Okay, so where are we up to with this? We've done, although I think we've done most of my sheets now. Okay, oh, there we go. So passion like this doesn't come in come off the shelf. Basically, when you do purchase the Thermomix, you get Jude and myself. We do the cooking demonstration, we do your delivery, and if you're not close by, then we can do the delivery via virtual, where we make your stock, and you will be the one making it, and we'll be talking you through it. And then we also do the cooking classes, like I've mentioned before, and we do those online because it's just much more practical for everybody. We don't have to hire a hall each week. We can have more than who can just actually drive to the venue, and you just get more time to actually be touching, playing if we do it virtually as well.
Okay, question, Jules, just for the girls.
Uh-huh.
When you sent us the invitation to come on here today and we pressed the 23 because that was tonight or today, there was also other dates. So does that mean that we can do this again on another
Yes.
Sunday or something?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
different things. You do different things, do you? Or is it the
Yeah.
same thing?
Yeah, and especially like if you are interested in doing another one, to have a look at another dish, then talk to Jude and tell Jude what you need to see, like what you would like to see. Because if this isn't something that
The
you would eat,
spiralizer.
yeah, exactly. So if this isn't something that you would eat or you'd want to see, then once you've mentioned
Or the potatoes. It doesn't, you don't see peeled potato skins. When I opened it, I went, oh my God, it just looked like froth.
yeah,
And
it's
then
just and then you just drain it and you've got your potatoes there. So you just
they're done.
drain
I don't know
through.
where the skins went, but they're done.
Yeah, yeah. So if you do want to have a look at something else, mention it to Jude. And you might as well invite a couple of friends as well. They don't need to buy. It's not about buying. It's just about seeing and people just enjoying what we're usually enjoying the taste, but you can't do that. But just having a look and seeing what it's all about. You know, most people have to see the Thermomix a few times before they actually even understand how it might fit into their life. So we understand that. So, you know, we might be
You're
showing.
talking about people that haven't even got a Thermomix like us. We understand how good it is.
Yeah, we know already. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas other people that it's brand new to, they haven't. Most people just think it's a blender, and they really have no idea. When I turn the heat function on, they're usually blown away. They didn't realize it even heated. So it's not something that's even on their radar. So, you know, we don't expect friends to come along by. It's not like Enya where everyone needs to take something out when they go. It's not, you know, it's definitely not, what do you call it? An impulse buy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we just want to show the Thermomix basically. We want Jude to get some practice. So hopefully Jude will be over at my place next time and she'll be the one standing here and doing it with your friends for recipes that you've chosen for your friends. So, yeah.
Sounds
So
really
I guess that's probably where we're about up to. And what I can't really remember what the 5 did as much anymore because it's been ages. I'm just seeing there's mixed shop accessories, but you don't need to know anything about that because you've got a lot of stuff coming your way that we need to learn how to use yet.
Can you use your bowls from your 5 on your 6?
No.
Yes.
No.
What?
No,
Yeah.
no, you can't. I'm glad you're asking these questions, Veronica, because I'd hate for Jude to be going out and telling people this. No, you can't. Because the TM6 bowl is especially designed for the high heat. And when you go and put a TM5 bowl in here, it doesn't have the same connections. It won't work. It will fit in there, but it will tell you you've made a mistake and it won't do it.
I'm so sorry, girls. I think I got that mucked up when you said you can use the TM attachments on the TM5 on the TM6.
Attachments. Okay, yes. So some of the attachments you can use on the 5, but not the bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can the Varoma and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The 5, all the things that came with the 5, like the Varoma, the internal steam basket and things like that, are interchangeable with the 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the bowl isn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Go out and test that now.
I promise you. That's why you've got to have a look at your
But
bowl.
when you said that can all go in my little head, it was like, oh, of course it can.
Yeah, no, you'll see that the bowl for the TM6 has got little green bits on it, and that's to tell you that it's a 6 bowl, not a 5 bowl. So you can't accidentally put it together wrong. So yeah, or if you do, you work out what you've done.
And did you tell the girls the important bit about that long thing, whatever you call it, that sticks in
The
and you
shaft? No, when we actually when they've got a cutter, then we'll go through how to use the cutter because we don't want to overwhelm
Okay.
everybody yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tea time.
Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that, and you can speak to Jude. Jude's got this little shiny new thing called a buy button or a buy link, and she can send
Can I
that
send it to you girls if you
Not
wanted
yet.
one?
You've
I'll
said-
send it to you,
yeah.
baby. I'll send it to you.
okay.
Yeah.
And when you click on that, you can actually see the offer. So if you click on that, it'll have Jude's name will come up. Make sure you can see her name, and it'll have the gift with purchase and things like that as well. So you'll be able to see what's on offer.
Okay.
So, do you have any questions? I should ask that before I say goodbye, shouldn't I?
We've been asking questions all along. You've been good.
Oh,
You
good,
have
okay.
been very
'Cause I always
good, very
forget that part.
patient.
Okay. Well, Jude, I might leave there. Do you want me to just take myself off and leave you to chat, or are you just talk to the girls?
Baby's got to go and eat because her food's been dished up, and Sissy's this is going into her cooking time. So
Okay.
you girls,
I'll let her
we
go
will
then.
catch up.
We'll
But
say
you
goodbye.
girls, you're
So
gonna send
much.
me-
My pleasure. Lovely meeting you both.
Yeah, nice to meet you all.
One more
Thanks.
question for me. Okay, if you've recorded this,
I have, so I'm just going to press stop record now.